Hey everybody, welcome back to BigRedEDC. Well, we've got another very nice concept knife to check out. This is the Havorn. I hope I'm saying that correctly. This is a design collaboration with the wonderful Jonathan Selby from Gen Design. Actually had an opportunity to talk to Jonathan very quickly at Blade Show, Texas. It's always awesome to talk to him. Very, very nice guy. But he's got some very unique and pretty cool designs. But this one, like I said, is the Havorn. It's a design collaboration with Kansept. Now, as you can see there, you've got very, very nice milling going on that titanium. On the clip, now it's not on the clip side, it's just on the show side. You've got the inset carbon fiber, and I tell you what, that thing is absolutely gorgeous. The transitions, even here where the milling is, the transitions are absolutely fantastic. Really, really well done. Titanium back spacer as well. Now you've got the titanium clip. It is a right hand tip up only clip. Sorry, my left-handed friends. And as far as lanyards go, ooh, yeah, not a lanyard friendly knife. We'll just put it that way. No lanyard hole, no real post to put it on. So there again, sorry to my lanyard fans, but hey, it's still a pretty nice knife in my book. I've gotta go. One thing I really do like, the relief cut is on the inside, so we don't have to worry about that spot that I'm always trying to check out. I definitely like that. It is a full frame lock, as you can see. You've got a couple different methods of deployment. You've got this front flipper here, and you've got this back flipper or regular flipper right here, and they both work very, very well. Now, the front flipper does stick up a little bit. I know some might not be crazy about that. It does not really extend past the top of the knife, which I'm okay with, for sure. But overall, very, very well done. Everything chamfered off. Let's check the centering. Now, I don't know if that's shadow. It's pretty close. If it anything, yeah, it's really close. Might be a hair off to the show side. But two methods of deployment. Very nice off that back flipper or regular flipper. I should just call it the flipper tab because that's what it is. Very nice. Jumps out there. The front flipper, very smooth. I mean, these guys with these lower profile front flippers, they're getting me. Absolutely. And it does. It flips very, very well. Very easily, as a matter of fact. So, not at all angry with it. So, got a nice big blade. As a matter of fact, you guys probably saw this on the most recent JB on EDC. It's a very, very well done blade. It does really good for me at work. And go check that video out. S35 VN on the blade steel. But what I'm really talking about, and we'll do a quick spec check and I'll kind of get into that. So overall, you're looking at slightly over 8 inches as I'm measuring it. Pretty close to a 4 3/4 inch handle, maybe just a little bit shy, but this is what I'm talking about. Almost a 3.5 inch blade. Now your cutting edge is coming in at 3.5, plus it's got this nice belly. And that's kind of what I talked to about rope killers, right? And that's what I go over in that last, our good friend O-Father asked me about these natural fiber ropes that I use at work. And when I say it's a rope killer, a lot of times it's that longer blade with that nice belly. And it absolutely, I even show you in the video. This one went through that 21 thread, that 1/2 inch natural fiber rope pretty darn easily. And that's where the whole rope killer comes from. Now, let's go back to the Grip length, a little bit more, a little over 3.5. I have just a little bit left over. My natural grip, see, just a hair. Just a hair left over. So not too bad. It does feel really darn good in hand. Kind of jumping ahead there, but all right, size comparisons. We'll get the size comparisons out there. There it is, larger than the bug out for sure. PM2-ish in its length. Let's see, get them lined up. Yeah, that looks pretty good. So very close. Obviously, we've got a lot more cutting edge on the Havorn. Blade does stick out there a little bit more, but overall, they're really, really close. So it's definitely PM2 size. Get a weight in here. What do we got? 4.5 ounces or 127 grams in the pocket. Nice, smooth, of course, with that milled clip. Get it down there. You're going to have a little bit sticking out, of course. I really like the way that milling looks on the clip. It looks pretty darn good. Got a decent snap. You know, for a milled clip, yeah, it's good. Maybe could be just a tiny bit stiffer, but actually, it's not too bad. Now, the crazy thing about this knife, and I call it crazy, I don't know. Anyway, kind of cool. This is inspired by the white-tailed eagle of Eurasia. That's where he got the inspiration for this knife. So, kind of go, you guys know I'm kind of into that. You know, the inspiration behind knives. You know, that's the whole big thing with me and Finch, right? And it's cool. It's cool when I can, you know, take a look at a knife. You know, they say, hey, this is inspired, and you can look at it and potentially see the inspiration in the knife, which is cool. I dig that. So, back to the blade a little bit. Stone-washed, flat ground. Very, very good. Very good on the rope. Now, you've got this. This is titanium, and they're calling this rose pattern carbon fiber. Which, I mean, I could see the kind of, you know, the rosebud in it. Now, this one's running in at 175. Depending on which model, and I'll leave links down. You guys can go check out the models if you'd like. But 170 to 190 is where they're coming in as far as price. This exact model is coming in right about 175. Now there's a blackwash titanium with a Damascus inlay and a Damascus clip that looks really sweet. That one's running about $300. So that Damascus is definitely going to bump that price up. But overall, this feels very, very good. Very good in hand. Even that wider clip, that was kind of, you know, it gave me a little bit of pause. I know it's there. I know it's there. It's not a hot spot, anything like that. And this, it's got that cradle-ish for me in my grip. You know, like I said, I've got a little bit left over. Still does cradle a bit. Really, really like that. But the overall with the milling and the inlay and just the transitions between the milling and the inlay is really pretty impressive to me. It is done very, very well. Action is really pretty good. Jumps out there on the flipper. Jumps out on the front flipper. Shake shut. I mean, you've got that initial drop. Takes a little shake shut. But overall, I really actually digging this knife quite a bit. More than I thought I would. I'll be perfectly honest with you. You know, that whole front flipper, yeah, okay. I'm getting there. I'm getting there with front flippers. And this one isn't that too. It does protrude out there. Absolutely. But I kind of, you guys see? Do you guys get that whole, so I do right here. I get that whole, you know, like raptor vibe from the shape of the handle. Whether that's but even the head, you know? Yeah. I get it, and I think that's cool. But let me know down in the comments what you guys think. It's a very, very nice. Now, this model's been around for a little while. Like I said, we got this. I came across this one in the monthly Knife Club box, and I'm really, really glad I did. Very cool. Very cool to get my hands on this model. So, thanks so much, guys. Let me know down in the comments what you think. As always, have a wonderful rest of your day. Like, subscribe, leave me that comment. You know I love talking to you. Until next time, I'll talk to you later, guys. Bye-bye.